Welcome
Copy
back,
that.
guys,
I
to
got your
TI
attention. Copy that.
Tuesday. Oh, welcome back. If you're here, you're not looking for
Oh, you sound
sympathy,
like
you're
me.
looking for
Copy that.
strategy.
I got your.
Last week, we gave you the tools to start dissecting your own cases. And apparently, we did such a good job, my LinkedIn account and mobile device was hacked. Yes, I said hacked. I couldn't access my own account for 3 days, guys. And my ability to post videos is still compromised. So if you haven't seen that episode from last week, TI Tuesday, please check it out on YouTube, where I still have some sort of civil liberties left. I'll post the link below. Okay. This week, the landscape has shifted. The data is pouring in, and the conspiracies are being read into the court record. And to those new to the show, we don't sit back and complain about being targeted and placed on a corrupted watch list here. We earn our stripes the old-fashioned way and solve these cold cases, all while exposing RICO crimes around the country. Yes, we do. So, welcome aboard to the team, guys. I'm your host, Jewel Claxton, with 20 years in financial crimes investigations and 5 years as a travel agent. I don't just see the world, I see the ledger and the logistics. I utilize my experience, training, and certifications to assist you all in solving your very own corrupt cases. Today, we are connecting the dots between massive DOJ data dumps, backpack-sized energy weapons, and a murder-for-hire plot that sounds exactly like what many of you have been reporting for years. Now, this week, we have new intel, guys, on the watch list and what that means for your privacy, as well as how hotel staff contribute to human trafficking with bribes. Dare I say it? So, pay attention, take notes, and start opening your eyes to what's happening around you. Let's start with the latest news and intel on the Epstein files. 3.5 million reasons to pay attention. Under the Epstein File Transparency Act, which passed in 2025, I remind you, required the DOJ to release millions of pages of unclassified records. As of early 2026, over 3.5 million pages, including images and videos, have been published across multiple data sets, with more potentially added. While the mainstream media focuses on names, we are looking at the methods. In the Epstein files, hundreds of pages documenting the use of directed energy weapons and mind control technology. Stop 702. The intelligence community has long fought to keep Section 702 of FISA, FISA, alive, a program that allows warrantless surveillance of Americans. When we talk about targeted individuals, we aren't talking about a feeling, guys. We are talking about a documented system of mass surveillance that has been abused to target journalists, whistleblowers, and regular citizens. So we have an action item for you guys. Let's reform Section 702, end mass warrantless surveillance. I need you guys to write to Congress, guys. Tell them the Espionage Act is for spies, not for people who expose the rot. Reform Section 702 now. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act program allows the government to spy on Americans' communications without a warrant. It's been abused in the past, no surprise there, to target, like I said, journalists, peaceful protesters, elected officials, and who would have guessed, targeted individuals. So this is why I need you to tell lawmakers that the Espionage Act should only be used to target real spies, not journalists, whistleblowers, and those who expose wrongdoing. And with that said, we have some breaking news, hidden intel, where we're connecting the dots. Several weeks ago, CNN ran a story claiming that handheld weapons are behind Havana syndrome after the Venezuelan President Maduro was captured and military guards were disabled. The report claimed the device could fit in a backpack. Now, many targeted individuals were hoping to actually see pictures of the device. But what if I told you that your mobile devices can be utilized as transmitters? They're handheld, right? And they can fit into your backpack. Wouldn't that be a game changer? Now, if certain occult members were given access to that functionality, it would certainly piece together what's happening around you and who's involved, wouldn't it? Sometimes we are given hidden nuggets of information to piece together a larger picture. Let's think outside the box, guys. Havana syndrome. Is your phone a transmitter? In January 2026, when these reports resurfaced, the discombobulator in some reports, device, like I said, it can fit into your backpack. What can the 5G capable transmitter in your hand actually do? The mobile threat, let's think about it. Your mobile device is a high-powered transmitter. In the hands of these coordinated groups, the technology can be used to isolate and target. Let's look at patterns, guys. When you feel an attack, and this is specifically for PIs, you feel nausea, sudden pressure, disorientated, maybe your muscles tighten up. Don't just endure it, guys. I need you to isolate the angle. Look for who is approaching you with that mobile device held at a specific orientation, maybe even placed in a back pocket. Next, discreetly utilize your camera feature to identify participants. If you are correct, it will immediately stop the assailants in their tracks and they will retreat. Keep a record of possible participants while we continue to connect the dots on their affiliations. Report in TIs with your findings. Bring us the intel. Now, let's talk watch list and privacy, which brings us to your privacy, guys, or lack thereof. What many of you may not realize that these investigations are not limited to trained professionals. No surprise there, but access to your mobile and personal information has been granted to these same occult members to be utilized for harm and premeditated attacks, allegedly, maybe even tracking. Yes, average citizens in vast numbers. Now, this information is not to create paranoia, but for investigators to test, observe, and verify. This intel has already been verified by strong sources, and we would like you all to also be informed, vigilant, and observe reactions with a keen eye. What they are doing is a covert illegal operation, and any evidence of it, especially visual, will cause them to immediately take off, possibly cough twice. I call it the anthrax effect, then duck and hide. If you are currently being targeted, I encourage you all to solve your own cases, motives, and participants. Do not wait for someone to save you. It's just not happening. Pull up those bootstraps, baby, and investigator hats, and let's connect the dots together. Now, let's talk about an international case that's going rampant online. France connections. This past week, Candace Owens dropped news shortly after we posted it online, shout out to us, on the occult Freemasons, board spies, directed energy weapons, and a murder for hire scandal tied to France's intelligence circles. In 2020, Pierre Bourdin and Carl Esnault thought their chance had come. They were asked to join a secret mission to neutralize a woman designated as a Mossad agent in France. But the woman had nothing to do with the Mossad. The mission was bogus. They were tried alongside 20 other defendants, including retired spies accused of murder, planned killings, and assaults. They were tricked into believing their victims were enemies of the state. But they were simply ordinary people. TIs, guys, targeted by hitmen commissioned by members of the Freemason Lodge. The operations were carried out for financial gain. Something to think about, something to use to connect the dots on your very own cases. Let's use 5 key facts from this case to help you connect the dots. Okay, TIs, we're seeing a lot of these key facts in cases internationally, and we have key parallels to the TI cases that are being reported. Number 1, the deception. Operatives like Pierre Bourdin and Carl Esnault were tricked into believing their target was a state enemy, specifically a Mossad agent. In reality, she was a business coach. Number 2, the motive. It wasn't national security, it was financial gain and business rivalry. Sounds familiar? Number 3, the pressure. Defendants claim they were only told to put pressure on the individual. We now know that pressure is often code for the psychological and physical torment of a targeted individual. Number 3, individuals believed they had a license to kill, right? So they were not going to go about it the old-fashioned way with the law. They were going rogue and just targeting this woman. Number 4, targets labeled as enemies, but they were ordinary people. Yeah, we're seeing that time and time again, guys. And last but not least, organized groups including security, former police, and intelligence personnel. These are individuals that we trust for our safety. Now imagine if they go rogue and start attacking citizens. One attacker admitted involvement in kidnapping and murder. Another had prior violent accusations. Guys, I want to remind you, a contract was placed due to unpaid debts. Instructions were said to only apply pressure. How many of you TIs are feeling this so-called pressure right now? Huh? Let's continue to connect the dots, ladies and gentlemen. These stories are coming in more and more, and we are figuring out who's behind this. I just want to remind you that a security guard, I repeat, a security guard, Freemasons, former police, intelligence personnel. When we talk corruption and RICO crimes with attempted murder, it begins to make more sense publicly. The hitman claimed he was misinformed. But who cares? Because that woman nearly lost her life. And I think a lot of TIs are pretty much on the same page here. They were not going to stop. They planned to escalate, even kidnap her in plain sight. Fortunately, she had the resources to back her up and fight back. But what about those who don't? Those who I fight for each week. Guys, this is something that I really want you to think about, research, look up, and connect the dots with your cases. Now let's talk hotel trafficking. I call it hidden in plain sight. We want to shift gears a little bit into recognizing signs of human trafficking in hotels, which I think can help protect someone in danger. And there are basic indicators. I'm talking about fearful, anxious, submissive behavior, avoiding eye contact, someone controlling communications, confusion about location, and signs of abuse or exhaustion. But here on this show, we dig a little bit deeper. Many people don't realize trafficking rings